All right, I just was reading about this story. I had not heard about it before, but I'm really fascinated by what we're seeing a lot of these arguments about religious freedom kind of playing out in the midst of this pandemic because churches are not, legally speaking, and not able to operate as they normally would. So give us the background on this pastor in Louisiana. He was just arrested a short time ago, and what were the charges against him?
Well, I mean, one of the things he did, Alex, is he backed up a bus and almost hit a protester. So, that's one of the things. But this guy, it's like he is the poster child for what you should not be doing and thinking during this pandemic, because it really is just outrageous. If you look at what happened in Atlanta, two funerals caused an explosion of coronavirus. Just two funerals. So when you have an Easter Sunday service with all those people in, there's no difference. And that puts people at risk. And it doesn't only put the parishioners at risk. And this is why you can't talk about this just as religious freedom, because they're not just impacting themselves. They go out into the community and they can hurt other people. They can infect other people. Other people can die as a result. And they didn't sign up for that. And that's why I think, and I know about the law because I've been a lawyer for more than 40 years. And yes, there is a guarantee of religious freedom, but there are limits on every right. And if ever there should be a limit on a right, it's a limit to protect unsuspecting people from death.
And I think, to be really clear about this, these stay-at-home orders, they are not saying that churches have to shut their doors and cannot operate. They can operate, but like so many other businesses, they have to change their business model.
Yes, and what could be more reasonable than that? That, you can do virtual services, you can still have social distancing if you really want to open the church, although a lot of pastors are not opening their churches at all for good reason. I mean, we are trying to stop this thing so that we don't go out and then reinfect everybody, and then we have to go back inside again where it becomes worse. So, I mean, this is crazy. And all of these, honestly, all of these protests, what are you protesting? You think Dr. Fauci is lying to you? I mean, are you serious? You think he's lying? So that's why I just don't understand how people are acting like the government, or especially the doctors and scientists, are trying to do harm to us. They're trying to protect us. They're doing the opposite of harm. And I think we've got to think about this and be a little, it's terrible and it's hard. And there are some people who are really struggling. Millions of people are struggling, but we got to keep things safe.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So, and this pastor in Louisiana, Tony Spell, is his name. So he's already out on bond. It sounds like, do you have a sense about whether this
he's going to do it again?
Change anything for him? No, he's going to.
He's going to. You just feel it in his DNA. He's going to do it again. And there are some others like him. I think the good news is most people are not, and even pastors are not. But we're entering a very dangerous time right now, because now all of a sudden people are talking about re-entering. We just got to do it smart. And that's why our governor, Alex, has been so good, that he's being honest with us. He's trying to protect us. And I think we got to listen to people like Gavin Newsom and others like him.
Yeah. Oh, sure. And he is getting a lot of praise, and deservedly so. Maybe not the spotlight quite like Andrew Cuomo in New York, but I think, yeah, absolutely, Governor Newsom has really stepped up to the challenge. All right. Well, yeah, it's very interesting. We did a segment the other day talking about some of these lawsuits, churches filing lawsuits, claiming their right to freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, freedom of speech is being violated. You don't think those are going anywhere, do you?
Well, they may try it. And, we have a very conservative Supreme Court, but honestly, there is no such thing as an absolute right in our Constitution. That even freedom of speech, which is considered the most valued right of all the Bill of Rights, even free speech has its limits, things you can't scream and do. So, religion is not an absolute in terms of them doing anything they want. They can't. And I think that includes infecting people with a potentially deadly disease.
All right. Yep. We will leave it there, Harvey. Be well. And best of luck with everything. And it sounds
And you
like
too, Alex.
glad to hear you're enjoying quarantine,
Well, I did. It's
so to speak.
I like being at home.
I don't blame you. There is something nice about that. All right, man. We'll
Yeah.
talk later this week, I'm sure. Take care.
Okay, Alex.
All
We'll
right.
see you.
See ya.
See ya.